All right, questions for Coach?
Well, I mean, first thing the players said is that was more like the team that they think they can be tonight compared to last week. How nice was it to kind of come out here and put forth a more complete effort, keep that defensive intensity, the rebound and everything, but then show what you can do offensively as well?
We played like fill in the blank against Lindsey Wilson. And credit to them. They did a good job. They packed in that 1-3-1 zone, made it difficult, but we didn't help ourselves with our defense at all. And we had not, that's the first time that we had that kind of defensive lapse, breakdown, whatever you want to call it. And so we came back, we watched film, we worked on it, we got better. Now we're not where we need to be, but this is a little bit more like what we've done in practice and our other scrimmages. So, but like you said, it's not the first time we've talked about stuff, and we can't have 22 turnovers. We can't. Like, we're averaging 20-plus turnovers, and that's not how you win. So we've got to take care of the ball.
How nice was it to see Tatum kind of come in here, and, after having to sit out last year with the injury,
right,
come in here and really make a big impact with those shots on the perimeter?
No, and that's something we know she can do. And I mentioned on the radio that she doesn't have to shoot it, but she has to look at it. And in practice, if I see her not looking at the shot and making a quick decision, then the team runs. Tatum stands by me, and the team runs. And so she feels pretty badly. And so she knows you can decide not to shoot it, but you're going to look at it. You're going to check to see if it's there. And we need her to continue, and we need some other players to do that as well. And so we know she can do that. We need her to be a little bit more aggressive on defense and a little bit more impactful on the boards.
Jennifer, that size advantage, maybe not something you've had a lot recently, but especially tonight, that size advantage, she made it work to her advantage, and that's got to be good to see going forward too.
She's learning. The hard thing about the way college athletics, the way it's changed, is she got here July. So what you see is really what we've developed from July to now. And if she was here longer, she'd be a real impact player. And so there's just some fundamental things that hold her back right now. And she's learning. She has a great attitude. She's a great student, great young lady, and she's learning as fast as she can. And I do think she's a lot more effective offensively than she showed tonight. There's some fundamental things that she's doing that's really causing her to have a hard time to get finishes. And so we're just going to keep working on it. And this isn't March, and as long as she's ready in March, that'll be all right.
That real bit on the edge again tonight, and I thought Tia and Tori are two big reasons why maybe your rebounding is going to be better this year.
Well, yeah, Tori's hard to keep from getting to the ball. You might be able to box her out, but not very many people can box her out. And so I was proud of Tia, mainly for her third quarter. Tia has fouled and turned the ball over every scrimmage, every time we played. And she got 2 fouls tonight in the first half. And she played that third quarter without any fouls and played pretty much the whole third quarter, maybe a little bit in the fourth, I don't remember exactly, but without fouling. And that's what when she can guard and take care of the ball, then she can help. But you can't get rebounds. And one night she might get 11 points or maybe 11 assists. Tonight was 11 rebounds, but you can't get that from the bench. And so I'm proud of how hard she's worked in the offseason to get this opportunity. But we've got to make sure we don't foul and we take care of the ball.
Coach, I know you weren't a fan of the 20-plus turnovers, but at least on the other end, 38 points off turnovers from this team. How nice was it to see him kind of maybe fight on that end of it more to make up for it?
Well, I mean, Sam, you're right, but that's what we do. All right? That's not any different than the last 6-7 years. Like, that's what we do. And so that's expected. What we don't want to do is give it back to them 22 times. And so we need to have a larger net. We've used that in the past to make up for a defensive rebounding differential. And so now we're trying to close that gap on the boards. Well, we can't give it back in a turnover difference. And so we've got to take care of the ball and make sure we're getting shots. We can work on the type of shots later, but you can't score if you don't shoot.
It's a game where you get to get a lot of people in a lot of minutes, and I thought, Salma, any Lola. I mean, you could just go down the list of people that kind of came in, got some good quality minutes, and got some good things to build on going forward.
Absolutely. Like, Lola's just getting more and more confident, more comfortable. How about her chasing down 2 breakaways and stopping both of them? I mean, and then she dove on the floor, and I won't call any names. We had some players watching her, standing over her, diving on the floor. So we'll watch that on film, I promise. And so, and then Annie's going to be a really good player, like she is. She's the speed, the size, the lights. It's all like she's getting adjusted right now. And but you can see those moments, and she's going to be just fine. And Tori couldn't play last year. We had medical stuff going on that she had to get right so that she could be able to play and compete. And so she's just now getting, I'll tell you, I don't know if I told you this story. Did I tell them the story last time about Tori? I'll never forget this. This is, this reminds you that they're young people and that some of this is brand new. And we've been doing this a long time. So we're doing introductions for the Lindsey Wilson exhibition game, and Tori's being introduced as a starter. And she's earned it. She should be a starter. And she comes over after they call her name. She goes, "Where do I go? What do I do?" And so I just go down and tell the referees, the coaches, and go stand it. But those little things, you forget sometimes that it's brand new for them. And so we've got a bunch of players, because of the way things are, we got a bunch of players that this is their first go-round. And we're relying on Trinity and Sophia to kind of keep things steady, and we're working on everybody else kind of getting up to speed, and we just got to keep working every day, each day.
Step up Saturday, and obviously the first road test as well.
Yeah, I mean, in Longwoods, there is probably more aggressive defensively than we are, and they're going to be up in our shorts, and they're going to press us, and we've got to handle that better than we did tonight, and than we did last week, and we've got to get down the floor, and then we've got to continue to work on the boards. They're going to be a lot quicker and more explosive to the boards than what we faced so far, and so it'll be a good test for us. It'll be a real good test.
Your bench seemed a lot stronger tonight compared to last week. What was the difference?
I think it's the second chance. I think some of it's just opportunities, get on the floor, some of the newness wearing off, getting more comfortable out there, and then just getting more experience each day and understanding your role and what you're supposed to do. And so we've got good kids, and you can tell that they like playing together. They like being around each other, and so we've just got to continue to build and work on the fundamentals and keep things simple.
Anything else?
Tatum was a huge offensive piece tonight.
Yep.
Put up 6 threes. Looking forward, do you think that she's going to stay in that key offensive position like she was tonight?
She better. That's her job. So yes, I'm proud of her tonight, but like I said, her job is to look at it. Then she can make a decision if she wants to take it or not. That's her choice. She'll either feel it or not feel it. That's up to her. I trust her decision making, but she's got to get to the point where she has a decision to make, and that's the most important part.
Has this been the expectation since last season that she?
Oh, that's why we recruited her, because Coach Buchanan saw her and said she's a natural fit to what we do, and we need her. And the part we need her to grow in is the defensive side. We need her to be more aggressive and more impactful on the boards, and she can be. I've seen her in practice. She can do that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.